Hello everyone, this is Abhishek Malani, co-founder at AVM Granite. We've been beautifying your living spaces since 1996. Today we have with us one of the first lady architects of Hubli, one of the oldest lady architects of Hubli right now, with more than 5 decades of experience in architecture. Architect Nalini Kembhavi.
Hi, I'm Nalini Kembhavi, architect from Hubli. Born and brought up in Bombay, but totally settled in Hubli happily.
Madam, welcome to this platform, and I really thank you for sparing your valuable time for all our audience. Thank you so much for joining.
It's my pleasure that you are giving me a voice.
You don't need a voice actually. And architect Nalini Kembhavi really needs no introduction. She has been practicing architecture in Hubli since last 51 years, and she has done n number of projects. Basically, even she doesn't remember the count of how many projects she has done, starting from even small dwellings, small one-bedroom houses, till airports. And the most recent project, what architect Nalini Kembhavi is doing up is Nalanda Center of Wisdom for His Holiness Dalai Lama in Bodh Gaya for ancient Indian and Tibetan wisdom. This is going to be one of the biggest projects, and so many architects pan India have been contesting to do this project, and it's a matter of pride that Madam has received this project. It's a matter of pride for all the people from Hubli and North.
That's a great project. You. Thank you very much. No, it is my. I'm in awe. I mean, I really don't know how whole thing happened, but then I never even dreamt of such an opportunity, and got such an opportunity. I am thankful to God, and I think all the hard efforts of last 50 years ultimately are, bearing some fruits. As you know that we have very, very humble beginning, and we started right from the scratch, trying to bring architecture into this entire architecturally unaware belt of North Karnataka. My husband, late Sharad Kembhavi, was actually he started his career in England. He was working in United Kingdom. But then he came back to his roots because he felt that his country needs it. His nation needs architecture and the architect in turn. So that's how our story started. We started our practice in post our marriage in 1972. And since then, right from, as you said, the smallest of Ashraya housing, to airports, to the multi-lakh square feet housing, to airports, bus terminals, railway station, hospitals, hospitality. Means we have got an opportunity of catering to wide range of architectural disciplines and the subjects. I think that's something
great,
I cherish.
No, even listening to 50-year experience and this kind of journey, it is really, really exciting. And you have been a first-time part of it.
Yeah. We also had an opportunity of dabbling ourselves in academic fields. Along with being a professional, I was also head of the department for nearly 23 years in BVB College of Architecture, and that also gave me some sort of scope in understanding the projects. And today I'm so happy to meet my students when they come and talk to me. That not bad, I have created quite a legacy, and along with my husband. In 1972, I was the only lady architect.
Yes.
Today, I'm very proud to tell you that the girls are outnumbering men. The women are outnumbering men. And I think the parents of that child, the girl child, who put their child into this discipline of architecture, took some sort of an inspiration from me. They have confessed this to me. And I think I am very happy about it that so many now women architects are working hard, doing wonderful work. Yes.
In a country like India, where girl education is still a kind of taboo, way back in 1972, you were an architect. So, a profession that was hardly known at that time.
Yeah.
Achieving something here, and that too being a lady.
Now that, sorry to cut you, but when you said it's an unusual for a lady to become an architect in the year 70s. See, the architect word itself I didn't know, and I came across this word when I was in school, when they mentioned that Jawaharlal Nehru was the architect of our nation, India. He called him Mahatma Gandhi was a Pitaji, Mahatma. But Jawaharlal Nehru was the architect of our nation. Now that, that made me curious. Then I asked what it means. I knew doctors, I knew engineers, lawyers, all that. But then what about an architect? Who is an architect? Then I discovered this beautiful profession, which is an amalgamation of art and fine arts and science. I was also in search of such a combination because I was fond of fine arts. Always the art and the aesthetics have always pulled me. I always gravitate towards the aesthetics. And along with that, the science also fascinated me, because science I thought that it is going to solve the mystery of this universe. So science is so important. At the same time, the fine arts, which gives you the pure joy. So the combination of the two made me choose this particular discipline.
And you have had a very successful career. Not only successful, very inspiring. So many other people.
Yeah, I don't know whether it is inspiring to the others or not. But for me, I don't know how I spent my 50 years at it. I am actually, as if I'm opening my eyes from a slumber, I feel. Is it 50 years now? अरे परसों तो मैं architect हुई हूँ, ऐसा लगता है.
That is because you are still very dynamic, very energetic. You are still taking up projects almost with the same enthusiasm what I have seen you say about 30-35 years ago.
Yeah. Now there is the profession is such, it is a beautiful profession, but I must warn the upcoming architects that it is also a very tough profession today, because today architecture has become very complex. Today's architecture is a very complex world in which architect acts like a sutradhara, where we have to look at the stability of the buildings, the safety of the buildings, the responsibilities that they come on you as a designer. See, you are leading a team which comprises of right from a very, very, very highly qualified engineers, mechanical engineers, acoustical engineers, electrical engineers. You have HVAC, you have environmental engineers. Then on one side, on the other side, you are dealing with mistris, plumbers. You have to go to their level, come down to their level and explain them exactly and earn their respect as well. See, the mistris and our way of construction which has been there for generations, they are actually the gold mine of knowledge. Our laborers and our mistris, they are khandani, what you call it as, they are unka wo पूरा लाइफ ही उसमें है. Generations to generation they have been in this particular field, and we have come many times. Have we superimposed ourselves on them? Is what I used to feel. But then today's complex demands of the society needs architects. The architectural need is there for the urbanization process, for civilizing our process. It is not only just building a building. It is not so. We are part of a society. We are building something which is going to stay there forever. अरे आज शाहजहां नहीं है, मगर ताजमहल है, और ताजमहल है इसके लिए शाहजहां है. ऐसी बात हो गई है. And today India is recognized by Taj Mahal. Paris is recognized because of Eiffel Tower. New York because not by any other building other than Eiffel Tower. अपना Empire State Building. The thing is, अब Empire State Building से भी बड़े बड़े बिल्डिंग्स हो गए हैं, मगर फिर भी अमेरिका मीन्स Empire State Building, and of course World Trade Center. The thing is, the buildings, Bombay आप देखिए, Victoria Terminus. A railway station has become the symbol of Bombay, gateway of India. So बांधने वाले तो गति में टाइम काल के इसमें बह गए हैं उनका नाम, बट बिल्डिंग रह गए हैं. एंड इसीलिए मुझे लगता है कि इट इज़ वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट दैट वी डू अ वेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबल जॉब, बिकॉज इट्स अ सोसाइटी को हम अपार्ट फ्रॉम डूइंग अवर ओन, पापी पेट का सवाल बोलते हैं ना, वो तो है, मगर अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट इट्स अ सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. बाकी के लोगों का जो काम दिखाई नहीं देता है, अवर्स हमारा, हम जो कुछ अच्छा करते हैं या मीडियोकर काम करते हैं, वो इमीडिएटली दिखाई जाता है, दिखाई देता है वो. सो द थिंग इज दैट वी हैव टू बी वेरी वेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबल इन डिलीवरिंग what we are giving to the society. Not only we are giving it to one user, our own direct client, we are at large giving it to our society, to our nation.
Madam, what is the most important thing that you consider while you are designing a residential building for a client? किसी का घर आप जब बनाते हैं तो आप सबसे ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंस क्या चीज़ को देते हैं?
जो जिसके लिए हम घर बनाते हैं, that client only is very important for us. Their way of living, what their profession is, whether they are employed or they are businessmen, self-employed, or they are professionals, consultants, they are artists, musicians, or they are, I mean, this is the way, you have a entire ब्रॉडबैंड ऑफ द सोसाइटी में कितने सारे वेरियस हाउस होल्ड्स है, एंड उसमें भी स्ट्राटास जो है, राइट फ्रॉम वेरी हाई लेवल हाउसेस टू अ मिड सेगमेंट टू द लोअर सेगमेंट, मगर हर एक का एक कुछ विश लिस्ट लेता है. एवरीवन विल हैव अ विश लिस्ट, दे हैव देयर ओन ड्रीम्स. वी ट्राई टू रीच देयर ड्रीम्स, अंडरस्टैंड देयर ड्रीम्स. And for that, we spend a little more time in developing the first design. Our firm and me particularly, I take a little more time in delivering my first cut, my first preliminary design, what we call it as a conceptual design. Because I try to understand in the meanwhile, through the dialogues and through the visit and through the interaction, the end user. और उसमें सब लोग आए, घर के सब फैमिलीज आ गए, इंक्लूडिंग उनके गेस्ट लिस्ट भी आ जाते हैं समटाइम्स.
इतना डिटेल में?
नहीं, बहुत डिटेल में जाते हैं हम, बहुत डिटेल में जाते हैं. दैट इज़ ऑन वन साइड बिकॉज आई वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड. एज यू नो, फॉर्म फॉलोज द फंक्शन. तो फर्स्ट फंक्शन क्या है, घर में कौन क्या करता है, हाउ मच अ लेडी स्पेंड्स द टाइम इन हर किचन, how much they spend their time in the living room. We try to understand whether they have a habit of getting together. कुछ घरों में रहता है ना कि शाम को सब मिलकर ही खाना खाते हैं. वो सब, all these चीजें, they make difference in understanding and then ultimately we have to translate it in a very, क्या बोलते हैं, स्क्वायर फीट में हमको वो ट्रांसलेट करना पड़ता है, बिकॉज कितना स्क्वायर फीट में हम क्या बिठाने वाले हैं, हाउ मच इज देयर कॉस्टिंग. Cost is another thing which comes immediately to the mind is cost. These two parameters our client gives us, the cost and their requirements. Third parameter which is there, which we do a lot of work on that, is the use of the exact technology. Technology in terms of construction, in terms of the materials that we are choosing. One big thing which I found is, be it a small house or to be an apartment or be a flat, in India, we have to make it lasting. The thing is, वो ऐसा नहीं है कि बाबा सिंगापुर में हर एक 15 बरस को वो बिल्डिंग दे निकालते और नया बांध लेते हैं. We don't do that. We want it to last. So, and it has to face the rough weather of India. Within Karnataka now, we have designed for the same client a house in Coorg, and we have in Chikmagalur, Coorg area, and for the same client we have also designed it in Gulbarga. Client is same, but buildings differ, the detailing, the materials will differ. वहाँ पर हमको बरसात का मुकाबला करना पड़ता है, यहाँ we have to fend off the sun and the heat. And during that process, what we, in our company, rather firm, lot of importance has been given for the ventilation, indoor air quality, the kind of थोड़ा फ्री मेंटेनेंस वाली चीज हमें यूज करनी पड़ती है. लाइक विच शुड बी वेरी फ्रेंडली इन नेचर, द मटेरियल्स दैट वी यूज, एंड इट शुड नॉट लुक, एक फैशन खत्म होते ही इट शुड नॉट लुक ऑब्सोलीट. अ मटेरियल विच इज मोर क्लोजर टू द नेचर, एंड इट विल नॉट, it will not have that boredom factor. Somewhere to the client we have to tell कि Baba, don't use this because it will become too glitzy. After some time it will lose its sheen, don't use it. But lately what I have found is that the client has also become very, very, very aware. They have got lot of exposure about architecture, and आजकल हमको wide range of material मिलने लगे हैं. So lot of help has come through the industry, construction industry, and then we are trying to now assimilate all the new products. And I'm very happy, but I am unhappy that at the fag end of my career I got so much of material to use. शुरू में हमको बहुत very, very little choice was there. Choice was very little. But for a simple dwelling also, I see to it that we give good amount of sunlight through courtyards होने दो, skylights रहने दो. आजकल तो मैं छोटे flats में, I don't have it right now, I have got something in which I bring the sunlight from outside to inside also. So make the dark corners also, I make it sunny and illuminated. ये नया टेक्नोलॉजी है जिसको हम पैसिव आर्किटेक्चर बोलते हैं. सो वी हैव दी सनलाइट बल्ब्स, सन बल्ब्स, सन ट्यूब्स. वेंटिलेशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आजकल विंडोज बड़े हो रहे हैं, मगर वेंटिलेशन आई डोंट अलाउ इट टू गो डाउन. whatever is needed for the air changes to happen, all that happens within the house. घर में आपको फैन की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. ऐसे भी buildings we have created. There are so many other things, I don't want to go into detail, that's a very big chapter altogether. But that passive architecture is one of my tools which I am trying to introduce in our day-to-day architecture to make our house a healthy house. Very important. What you are using in the house, the material, that also should be such that it should not collect the fungus, it should be resistant to all sorts of, अब तो dust तो इतना है. But there are certain materials today which have come, the nano materials, which are dust preventive, our paints, which are not toxic. All these things I feel it's our responsibility. ये तो client बोलता नहीं है. He will not say, but it goes without saying that we have implemented it.
You are adding much more to the design rather than just the design.
Much more to the narrative than the narrative that has been given. उसमें हम हमारा जो एक responsibility है वो add करते हैं.
It is really great to know.
Noise factor इंडिया में इतना है. तो आजकल के विंडो में मैं देखती हूँ कि वो साउंड प्रूफ होने चाहिए. देन लाइट में यूवी रेज है वो कट होने चाहिए. देन वी हैव टू हैव द फिल्टर्ड, ट्राई टू prevent the dust from entering the house. Though I am not 100% successful, but we have to do it because unless our roads improve, we will not be able to improve our dusty conditions. But a good development is where we are having a little dust-free atmosphere. We try to do that, but at the same time, घर होने के बाद उसके स्पेसिस ऐसे रहने चाहिए कि वो बहुत मन को शांति और हैप्पीनेस मिलना चाहिए हर एक को. स्पेसिस जो क्रिएट होते हैं, इट इज नॉट ओनली व्हाट यू आर डेकोरेटिंग योर हाउस विद. भले ही कुछ भी डेकोरेट नहीं किया हो, बट फिल एंड येट यू गेट दैट हाउस, यू क्रिएट अ एम्बियंस इन सच अ वे that it's a very joyous living. That is very important.
I have observed, madam, in your designs, you have used so many times basic materials, low-cost materials, and still given a very good output. Whereas लोगों को ये धारणा रहती है कि कुछ महंगा लगाएंगे तो ही अच्छा लगेगा. But you have brought about so many good designs, even using very basic materials.
Many times the clients feel अरे आप और थोड़ा यूज कर सकते हैं ज़्यादा, but I said it's not required.
आपने तो बहुत इंसाइट्स दिए आज हम लोगों को बिल्डिंग एंड डिजाइन एंड आर्किटेक्चर के बारे में. वन लास्ट मैसेज व्हाट वुड यू लाइक टू गिव टू द होम बिल्डर्स जो अपना घर बना रहे हैं, उनके लिए कुछ मैसेज.
अपना होम बिल्डर जो बना रहे हैं, वो हमारा अपना घर जो बना रहे हैं, इट इज़ माई सिंसियर एडवाइस टू देम कि आप अपने रिक्वायरमेंट्स पहले बहुत सोच विचार करके कीजिए. रियली गिव लॉट ऑफ थॉट टू व्हाट यू वांट फ्रॉम योर हाउस, बिकॉज रिमेंबर इन टुडेज इंडिया हैज़ कम सो मच अहेड नाउ. मैं 70s से अब 50 बरस के बाद द डिफरेंस दैट आई एम सीइंग इन इंडिया इज इंडिया विथ कॉन्फिडेंस इज गोइंग अहेड. It has to be globally competitive. Now the youth is globally competitive. अब आपका कंट्री भी ग्लोबली कॉम्पिटिटिव होना. कंट्री ग्लोबली कॉम्पिटिटिव होने के लिए सिटी कॉम्पिटिटिव होने चाहिए. सिटी कॉम्पिटिटिव होने के लिए हमारे टाउन्स अच्छे होने चाहिए. टाउन्स, फॉर द टाउन टू बी कॉम्पिटिटिव एंड गुड, योर विलेज हैज टू बी गुड. At the micro level, it is your house which has to be absolutely good, maintenance free, very well thought of in terms of circulation, usage, in terms of maintenance, cladding. I advise go in for claddings, and you can go in for such materials in which you don't have to much maintain it, but at the same time they are very aesthetically appealing. और इन सब चीज़ों में you have to take a person who is called as an architect who knows how to balance all these factors. And it has to be a healthy house. एक healthy house से जब काम चालू करेंगे और a beautiful house से, because beauty is essential ultimately. Aesthetics is an integral part of our joy and happiness. वो सब ध्यान में रखते, it has to go from the micro level of a simple house, dwelling house, to the nation, full country building. Or it is my desire that I see India keeping the Indianness develops as an architecturally also developed nation. सिर्फ ग्रोथ से मतलब नहीं है, डेवलपमेंट से मतलब है. एंड इन दैट डेवलपमेंट एस्थेटिक्स इज़ वेरी इम्पोर्टेंट. एंड ये सब करने में थोड़ा आर्किटेक्ट्स, मेरे ख्याल से आर्किटेक्ट्स आर गोइंग टू बी की फैक्टर इन हेल्पिंग टू बिल्ड द नेशन एज वेल एज अ स्मॉल सिंपल हाउस ऑल्सो. एंड मेरे ख्याल से ये जो नए मटेरियल्स वगैरह जो आ रहे हैं ना, बहुत खुशी की बात हो रही है मुझे, because at least I got an opportunity of using all these materials which are now getting into our market. Now we should also develop our own, I think, materials. And हमारा पुराना कंस्ट्रक्शन भी थोड़ा हमने रिजुविनेट करना चाहिए. लाइक अपना राजस्थान का है, केरला का है, गोवा का है. वी हैव टू कीप आवर सर्टन कैरेक्टर्स ऑल्सो. उनको भी एक कंटिन्यूटी मिलना चाहिए. बट रिमेंबर दैट वी आर बिकमिंग नाउ पैन ग्लोबल. सो I think I'm very happy that the industry has also come to the rescue of architects. So we can do so much these days, experiment so much.
The key message is that when you're building your own house, it is not just the house. You're contributing to the city, society, and the entire nation. So, Madam wants to say, build a beautiful and a very nice functional house.
Exactly.
Madam, with almost 50 plus years of experience, what message would you like to give to the young and upcoming architects?
Always treat all your projects as a challenge. Learn from all your previous projects and progress in your every project. What is very important is you have to keep the data of all your previous projects also. And नए projects में भी उतनी ही जान लगानी चाहिए कि जैसे आपने पहला प्रोजेक्ट में जितना जान लगाया था ना, उतना आखिरी सांस तक आपने लगाना चाहिए. That is very important. Architecture is very, very demanding in the sense it has got long hours you have to put in. Sometimes you will feel that but don't leave it. You have to do it. You have to go on and keep the consistency. And ultimately, because architecture सबको दिखाई देता है ना, तो आपको फ्रूट जरूर मिलेगा हर एक का.
Thank you, Madam. That was really very inspiring message for all our young architects. Madam, once again, I thank you so much for spending so much time.
No, I am so happy that you are inquiring about architecture, and it's a great thing.
Thank you, Madam.
Thank you.